Hey there, Leos. I hope that you guys are doing really good. I'm lighting a candle for your energy, which I'm making a point to do for all of the fire signs this month, as Jupiter is leaving your fellow fire sign of Sagittarius and moving into Capricorn this month. It is a shift in paradigm. I will have a new video going out about that probably right at the beginning of December. So, depending on when you're watching this, that may be available. Hit that subscribe button to get those notifications. But yeah, Leo, your energy is pretty awesome actually this month. There are a few crises of how you project coming up. Because I'm not going to lie, Jupiter in Capricorn does afflict a Leo person in a sense, but it's not for nothing. It's not for fun that you might feel afflicted or you might feel vulnerable right now. It is to strengthen you from the core, really strengthen your lower chakras so that you have the wherewithal to take the ascension that will come over the next 2 years. So, Leo, you're in an interesting position. You're in a powerful position. You're not powerless in any way here. But yeah, it's maybe hard to decide how you want to move forward. I will say that. I'm just shuffling your cards here a little bit. I already shuffled, but I'm doing a bit more here. Oh, something's jumping out. Let's see. So yeah, Seven of Swords just jumped out into the floor. So you feel a sharpness in your life right now. You feel a sense of, carrying too many sharp things, carrying too many burdens, carrying too many secrets, maybe. Or even if it's not secrets, it could be grudges, it could be opportunities as well. It's interesting with Jupiter and Capricorn how opportunities can actually start to feel a bit like this, okay? Because you can have so many, and when there are so many, not all of them can come with us. Jupiter in Capricorn is a densifying energy. It does limit our opportunities in a way so that we can sharpen and shine the ones that are meant for us to their fullest capability. Some things have to go in order to do that. It is definitely a period of time where you have to give away to receive, where you have to make space to be given, okay? And Leo can struggle with this sometimes because Leo sees potential in everything to a degree. You are more optimistic than people give you credit for. So it's hard for you to let go of anything that seems promising. And that's why a time like this can be hard on you, is because you do have to let go of some things here. Otherwise, you're going to be running around and like cutting your neck on these sharp swords. And we don't want that, okay? So I'm just going to put this up here as sort of like a signifier for you this month. I feel that we have shuffled really well. Also, what I heard while I was shuffling, I will say before we get into the tarot reading, I heard that there's like a crisis of branding as well. So your image, how the world sees you, how you project, what you relate to within your image. This is something that is, to me, feeling, again, afflicted is the word coming up. So do not let that make you insecure. Like that, I don't mean afflicted in the sense that you're like not attractive. That's not what it means. But I feel that there's a confusion, or I feel that there's just it's more of like a parse in the paradigm or a parse in reality. And what does that mean? It's like maybe you look very different than you did before, or maybe you are coming off. I mean, it might not even be looks at all. It might just be your demeanor is different than it was over the last few years. And that might be kind of shaking other people up because you're a fixed sign, so other people look to you to be something constant, to be something predictable, to be something set in stone within their lives. So the types of people who are narcissistic or relying on you to be something for them will not be happy with you during this time, okay? So that's going to really show you in your life who can be trusted, who is a narcissist, who deserves a place in your life. And if people don't accept you for your appearance or for very shallow things, let that really validate who doesn't need to be around, okay? Yet there could also be merit in thinking, like, what do I represent, in a non-toxic way. It's not about like, oh, how skinny can I be, or like how clear can my skin be. I mean, if it's coming from a health perspective, that's good. But I don't want to encourage vanity here, because vanity can be an issue for Leo with Jupiter and Capricorn, because Jupiter and Capricorn really nulls the idea of vanity. So it's not for vanity's sake, but it is for like, am I aware of how I come off? Am I aware of the image that I project? Am I aware? There's like where the logical mind and the awareness disappears from how we come off. So that's an area that I feel Leo can really work on this month. But we'll get more into that. I'm going to go ahead and cut your cards for you, and we'll get into your tarot reading. So general energies for Leo in the month of December 2019. Seven of Swords is your significator. I'm going to push it up here, though, so it's out of the way. Week number 1, you have Six of Swords. Oh my gosh, I love that because it's right before the 7. Six of Swords, rooted down by Three of Cups. So yeah, that really is confirming what I've been feeling from the perspective that old networks, old support networks, old friend groups, you're moving on from them. And I don't want you guys to really be sad about this. I think that Leo can get very attached to its friend group. It can get very attached to routine and socialization, okay? That won't be here right now. So if you guys are having to be alone more, or if you're having to make new friends, or if the people who've always been around are not really around right now, let it be a validation that it's because you're moving into smoother water, and maybe there's not as much conflict around to where these people have to come in to save you, or where these people have to be like an implement in your life for coping. Basically, you're getting better and not so reliant on others. And this is a beautiful, beautiful thing. You could also be moving during the first week, or you could be taking a relationship to the next level. Something is delicate about that, though. Watch out for moving in with somebody too quickly. Watch out for moving too quickly on a whim, because we are still coming. This is right when Jupiter changes sign here, so we don't want to live off of impulse. If you've had a move planned for a long time, it's paid for, it's set in stone, that's totally fine, because that honors the Capricorn energy. But if you think, whoa, all of a sudden I'm gonna go and double my mortgage, or like upsize, or get away from the family, or whatever it is, like right in this time, don't follow that, because you won't feel right about it after it's done. But if you are having those feelings, or if you feel that you need to get away from something here and that feels like an impulse, do understand that that's probably correct. But I just want to say it needs strategy, and it needs to be sat on during this time. It needs to be thought about and really budgeted well before. It's just, as long as it's not impulsive, is the main point. You might also just feel like you can't really tell what's coming, like you can't really predict like what your momentum is. I see that sometimes the Six of Swords. And you might also feel like you don't quite have enough. So like maybe money's feeling a bit tight. Maybe there are things like that. And that might not be for all of you. But oftentimes we are taking on water to a degree. So maybe we need an upgrade in our car. Maybe we need a better roof. There could be a sense of like things kind of falling around or falling apart around us. So it might also be important to invest in this as well. Week number 2 for Leos, we have the Page of Pentacles, rooted down by King of Cups reversed. So this week is about other people, and I'm not surprised, because there's something at Three of Cups. A lot of this month is going to be about other people. And the implementation of a support network in your life is shifting. So that is really what's coming up for you here. Basically, in the second week, you want to look at emotional debt. I talked a lot about this in the extended reading for Cancer. So if you guys want to jump over to my Patreon page, where you can get access to all of the monthly readings early, ad-free, as well as their extended counterparts for the subscription, you can check that out. But as well as your extended reading after this, which we will jump over and do immediately. But yeah, second week, you are dealing with emotional debt. You are dealing with who thinks they deserve something from you, what you think you deserve from other people, and how that is emotionalized in your life. Those issues will come up, because Jupiter in Capricorn doesn't have much patience for that type of thing. Jupiter in Capricorn is all about debt. Okay, so yeah, the lenders can become more strict during this time. If people feel that you owe them, they may become more set in that, as well as if you feel that other people owe you, if there's a sense of entitlement, you know, from you or from other people, that can become more intense during this time. So watch out for that. Week number 3, Leos, you guys have the World. Oh my gosh, I love this. Rooted down by 10 of Swords reversed. Goodness. Suddenly, we've gotten quite heavy. We have a lot of swords coming up this month for sure. That the 7 of Swords too. So, drastic ending in the third week, right around Christmas time. That's a lot, Leo. And this is what happens, you know, when you are incarnated as such a dramatic sign, when you're incarnated as such a powerful sign. Sometimes timing can be equally as dramatic. So there's a sense of like timing being very of the essence here. I would recommend to pull back a little bit. I always say this: really whenever Ten of Swords comes up, but also with the world, it's really universally set into place that something may come up during this time, okay? There may be a surprise. There may be a surprise ending or a surprise breakup as well. Again, do not let me project that for any of you guys, that like if you're in a sturdy relationship, that's not going to happen. But if you've been seeing the writing on the wall, or if you've been seeing that, or you know that you're being cheated on, yet you're still in a relationship, this type of thing, there can be a big split that comes in the third week when we feel that way, okay? And how can you work to mitigate that energy? Don't bottle up your emotions. Don't take on new emotional debt. Don't disallow your anger, sadness, or pain to go unchanneled. Okay, so don't allow it to go unchanneled is what I'm trying to say. Make sure you're exercising in a safe, routine way. Again, we don't want to overdo exercise either. We don't want to suddenly run a marathon, or suddenly run 5 miles when we've never run before. But you've got to maybe be doing the sit-ups or the easy jogs or something to channel energy, because I feel that the energy within you is like really, really electric at this time, and I don't want to see like a huge explosion that like threatens all of your relationships or something. Again, I don't want this to sound ominous, because for a lot of you, this could also just be finally coping, finally achieving closure, finally letting go of a past trauma. It can equally as easily be that, but you get to choose, Leo. You get to choose whether it looks like this sigh of relief, exhaling the pain that has been holding on for so long, or whether we hold on to that and pull it within and inhale it and allow it to electrolyze our entire body to a point where there's an accident indication. Okay? So this is part of being a Leo. This is part of this power. With that regal sense of authority and power comes the ability to use energy in destructive or healing ways. So this is just where one of those opportunities comes in the month of December. And it might be the third week, but this could kind of echo around even to like November and January. So for some of you, it may have already even happened. Comment below if you've had this ending and you know exactly what it is. Tell us how you're doing. Tell us what it's about. And because I feel like it's good for people to hold each other in the comments. So I don't want to see mean, nasty comments in the comments below for Leos. I want to see like a nice community, and I want to see support and connection and building each other up, because I do think that a lot of Leos are facing some kind of like sadness or loss this month, truly. Yet it can be one of the most like teaching things. This is the nature of like shadow work, and the nature of loss in life is a karmic teacher, So let's see what else is coming up for you guys. Fourth week, Page of Swords, rooted down by Queen of Swords. Okay, I like that. I really like that for you guys. That's really great. So there's an evolution in your mentality. I'm going to turn the light on. There's an evolution in your mentality in the fourth week. And what does that mean? It means that as a result of this, whenever it's happened, it may have been this month, it may have been last month, it may be right now as you're watching this, there's not like this sense of like, woe is me, the world's out to get me, I'll never get over this. Like, you learn. You get smart from this. You get smart from whatever this was. You get hella smart, really. You get a big logical upgrade. You get, you evolve, basically. And also what happens is it's not going to lash out in other ways. So you're not going to succumb to drink. You're not going to succumb to, gambling or some kind of vice to cope from this. This is like learning the lesson and moving forward. Like something weird happens, you learn the lesson, you move forward, and all of a sudden your paradigm shifts, and this pushes you actually into this new paradigm. You might sort of be stuck in the Jupiter and Sag paradigm, and what happens when we stretch things out longer than they were meant to go is exactly this, okay? So try to not make things outlive their time. Scorpios are struggling with that, or did struggle with that up until the Mercury retrograde. And now it's interesting to see that Leo might kind of be also struggling with wanting something to outlive its time. So that does create chaos and like electrolyzation of the energy, which just leads to weird manifestations. But yeah, you want to let go of things, okay? Ten of Swords reverse is always saying, okay, what am I refusing to let go of? What am I so scared of facing within myself? Why does the emptiness of this person being absent from my life terrify me? What am I afraid of seeing in myself? This is an important dialogue, and an important dialogue to have in a loving way. Okay, so this isn't about being upset at oneself. This isn't about being mad. This isn't about being angry, thinking, oh my God, I'm so like unindependent. I'm so like incapable of, accepting me for who I am. This is about saying, okay, it's been hard. I am afraid maybe to let this person go. I am afraid to let the situation go. But let this be an opportunity, though. Like, I can maybe see the opportunity within to exist and walk through life in a much more happy way through this. Okay, Leo, so that's what it's all coming back to in December. Finding happiness once more and transitioning into smoother waters. Coming past and then getting true closure really is possible. Okay? Getting true closure is so possible for you guys. Okay? And if you guys want to jump over to my Patreon page to see your central theme for the month, as well as your 2 power cards, what you can do to gain more power and to walk through this, like basically some advice, like these 2 archetypes will sort of be your advisors for the month of December. You guys can click the center of your screen now or follow the link below to jump over and see the extended reading. Thank you so much for being here, Leos. Your likes, comments, and subscribes make my day. Be sure to check the description box below where you can find my new ebook, which should be on sale for the holidays, as well as other useful links. So I will see you guys later. Let's jump over to Patreon now. Much love. Bye.